Good evening. This is Cheryl with Bluegrass Dreams to Seams. I've had somewhat of a busy day. It's going to be Memorial Day weekend for us and my family. All my kids are going to be here. Tomorrow my youngest comes in from Nashville. So I'll have 3 toddlers running around the house, and I know that there's no way I would get a video made once they all get here. So I'm grabbing a few moments here while things are kind of quiet just to make a real quick video so that you'll know what's coming up. Apologize for the background here, but nothing I can really do about it. So it's, for company, mattress for the floor for the children to sleep on. So that's just, I apologize. My mother has collected fabric probably for years and years and years, and patterns as well. She sewed for as long as I can remember back. I can always remember my mother making dresses and things like that for me and things for my father. Probably it really grew in the 60s and 70s through the 80s, began to slow a little bit in the 90s, and really slowed down in the 2000s, although she still was buying fabric during that time. And she has not sewn really any at all in the last 12 years. Her health is gradually declining, and so we're started going through some of her things to think, what should we do with all this? Now everything I have here, which I want to show you a real quick scan. See all this? This has all been laundered and pressed. It's 2 small bins. Now it's not everything that was brought. Some of it is still out on the table. Part of that table was covered with vintage patterns and some more current patterns, which I'll show some of those today. But I just want to give you a kind of a general snippet or look at what we found in just these 2 bins. So one of the most interesting pieces, at first when I saw it, I thought, I don't know. But it screams kind of like camp shirt, just a short sleeve, little camping shirt is what I'm thinking about making out of. Now there's not a lot of yardage here, so I may be squeezing a shirt out for me if I just use this. So I'll probably have to put something with it, which means going and trying to match these colors. So we'll see how that goes. This denim, we've decided is going to be like a tent for the grandkids. You see things like floral prints that are kind of the Hawaiian tropical type thing, those. There's all kinds of solids of different weights, blues, and this is a little bit heavier blue. I'm not sure what I'll do with that, maybe a jumper or something. These solids, this I'll probably make something for my mother because that's definitely her color. And then this, I've already decided I'm going to at least make this Marcy Tilton pattern. And this is kind of a lightweight handkerchief linen. I would unfold it, but I've pressed it and everything, so I hate to do that. But it does have that linen kind of weave to it. And the Marcy Tilton pattern is 1784, and it has a really interesting collar. So that's why. And then this linen will probably turn out to be a dress, is what I'll do with it. And it's got a little bit of sheen to it, so I'm thinking there might be a little bit of silk in this. It's really pretty. I was surprised to see it because my mother didn't wear a lot of purple. More of the tropical florals. This is kind of like a toweling, which I did find 2 really big towels that had been made. Not sure why she has this. It might have been like home deck type, like country curtains, that sort of thing. I don't know. But this definitely will be pockets. There's not very much yardage here or trim. It's like a yard. I mean, there's just nothing there hardly. So, but I do like it. I thought it was interesting, and it's lightweight enough for pockets or for, an interesting trim on something. These 2 pieces here have the same feel to them. This is kind of like a wool blend of some kind. This is the blue one. And this is the red one, which is more like a tartan plaid. Probably looking at making shackets when I take my camping trip this fall, as well as making a shacket out of this heavy whale corduroy. So that's plans for those. There are some other cotton flannels. They're just regular flannel, red again. My dad liked to go hunting, deer and squirrel hunting, so she probably thinking about making shirts for him out of this, but not real sure. There's this Vogue pattern that was in her pattern stash, which really surprised me because my mom didn't particularly care for Vogue patterns. She found them kind of complicated. Where I wanted designer patterns by Vogue because this is a Calvin Klein. They didn't skimp on details, especially back in the 70s and 80s. So this is size 14. This won't fit me either, unless I get lucky. You know. But this fabric was with that pattern, and I do like that. Now this is her color too, but I also love these fall kind of colors. So we'll just see what happens with this fabric. Some of the I want to make this dress. Now I think Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, you know, she's a thrifter. Yes, she's the queen of thrifting. Lovingly, I say that, by the way. She really inspires me because she'll go to Goodwill and Salvation Army and she finds the unusual textiles for like drapery and shower curtains and table linens and sheets, and some of them are still in the bag, brand new, and she will create beautiful garments. She really does inspire me. But she made this pattern out of solids and had worn it just recently in a video. But I have all these stripes that I'm thinking or hoping, you know, stripes like these, thin pencil stripes, tons of them over here that I'm hoping I can make this dress out of at least 2 of those. The patterns, I do want to show you these vintage patterns, and then I've got to get out of here. Does anybody remember Daisy Kingdom? My mother had this one in 2 sizes. They were cut 1/2 to a size 2 and a 2 to a 4. She had 3 granddaughters, so, or maybe 4. I think it's 3. And then this Daisy Kingdom pattern here. The patterns to do the skirts were all pre-printed fabrics. She did have some of that in her stash. I'm giving it away because I will never probably, I would never make the thing. But I do think she had fabric to make these here and never got around to making it. Now Jen, if you're watching, it's a Laura Ashley pattern. Look at that. And you probably have this one. It's 4434. They're by McCall's. A little bit of that Little House of Prairie sort of feel to that. Look at that petticoat right there. And this was cut, and see Hancock's. She bought it right here. Now it's Hancock's up at Paducah, but when he had his store, a different shopping center. And then I found 2 patterns that were meant for me. This one's uncut. She never did make me this one. But it's cute. I love it. And then this one, I do remember her making it. I wore that as a school dress. So, anyway, that is, and 50 cents. They were bought for 50 cents. Can you imagine buying a pattern for 50 cents? And in Canada, it had been 60 cents. Then this is a child size 6. Same thing. You know, kind of that ice skater feel to the skirt, I think. Anyway, that's what I've been doing in the last couple of weeks. I've been going through all this. So I'll be doing a series about thrifting my mother's stash of fabrics. It's not like the thrifting that Jan does. Jan, listen to me. I got a friend named Jan. We knit. But my sewing friend, I call her Jen, who inspires me. I watch her very regularly. Sometimes I don't get to watch as often as I'd like, but she has really inspired me. And I think, yes, it is fabric yardage. It's not like what she's doing, but it's still thrifting. I think I'm going to rescue all of this, hopefully, either by giving it to someone who will use it, or I will make up as much of it as I can because, you know, I have quite a closet of stash myself. Yeah. Yeah, we all do. And last thing I needed was any more fabric added to that, but it keeps me from buying. Well, sort of. I did buy a piece last weekend. I'll show you that later. I'm looking over at it thinking how pretty it is, but it's a piece of lawn. Yeah, I had to buy it. But anyway, this is Cheryl with Bluegrass Dreams to Seams, and please hit like and subscribe, and I'm going to go enjoy my grandchildren right now, so I will see you hopefully next week. Bye for now.